Hi, this is Joseph Tan here from goodmonday.com. Today's video topic is what women want. One of the frustrations that men has in communicating with women is that it is difficult to understand what women really wants. Sometimes when they say no, they actually mean yes, and when they say yes, they actually mean no. So this poor guy here, the man, we end up being very confused. What is it that women actually want? We men fall into the trap of providing solutions and answers too early on. We attempt to give explanations too early. So it's not a matter of whether if solutions are really needed. It really has to do with the sequence and timing of your communication. Get the sequence right and you will be able to reach the heart of the woman and understand what she really wants. Let me explain. Here's the sequence. Sequence number one is that we must learn to listen to emotions first. And then sequence number two, you then can lay out the explanation. So most of the time we get into trouble, we men that is, when we reverse the sequence. We start off by doing too much explanation without first understanding the emotions. There is a need for men and women to get onto the same page of communication or conversation, and it is very difficult to get onto the same page in understanding what a woman wants if you don't address the emotions first primarily. So what does it mean to understand the emotions first? There is a simple way that we can show that we are attempting to understand, and that is by looking out for keywords. And this involves the hard work of listening. The hard work of listening. The job for us men, if we want to understand the women, is to first listen. Listen for keywords. What are the words that keep coming up over and over again in the conversation? Now learn to catch these keywords. Now once you have caught the keywords, your job is to paraphrase and to repeat back these keywords to the other person. You would say something like, "Oh, this is what I hear you saying. You are saying that you are worried. Oh, you mentioned that you are anxious. Oh, you mentioned just now that you are upset with this person. Is this what you are saying?" Learn to catch the keywords and then paraphrase and repeat it back. The more you repeat back the keywords to the woman, the more you are showing that you understand and the emotional factor is addressed. So step one in learning to understand what woman wants is to say this phrase more regularly. That is, "This is what I hear you saying." The best way to someone else's heart is through your ears. Through your ears. Learn to listen. Try not to use too many of your own words. Use the other person's words and mirror it back to them. Then their emotions will be settled and you are on the same page, and they will then be ready to listen to your explanation. So step one is really about building this emotional bridge. And this emotional bridge is built through listening. There are times even words are not necessary. All the other person sometimes could need is a pat on the shoulder or an affirming nod. But whatever it is this emotion factor that we need to focus on. Then when this bridge is built, your second step is to offer your explanation or word of advice. But the word of advice and explanation cannot come first. It needs to come after this bridge has been built. There could also be times when explanations may not even be required, because if you have listened really well and if you have looked out for the keywords and you are able to be a mirror and reflect back the other person's feelings back to them, there are times this person's thinking becomes clearer and becomes clarified, and the compliment that you get is thanks for listening to me. Although you didn't give any advice, just by mere fact of you listening and being able to build that bridge, you have already contributed towards the solution. Actually, in most cases, this person already know what the solution is. What she needs is someone to affirm her and someone to acknowledge her self-worth. So let me summarize the steps to understanding what women wants. First is you have got to affirm their sense of worth. Affirm their sense of worth by understanding their emotions. Then your words of advice or wisdom will be well received. So it's worth before words. Think about it. This is Joseph Tan here from goodmonday.com. Thank you for watching.